Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone tuning in. Thank you for being so patient. We had someone late, obviously. No, we weren't late. It was just me putting the timer a bit earlier. 8:55 I always like to start at 9, but I put the stream at 8:55. But thank you for everyone tuning in. I'm joined here with my co-host. It's been a while. It's good to see you again, Nintendo FC. How are you?
I'm all good. All good. It's been a busy week. I'm moving house tomorrow, so obviously there's a lot of boxes, rooms a mess. Obviously got to make time for you guys, and I have no internet at the weekend, so I thought I might as well jump on before I go silent.
There we have it, folks. So hopefully everyone tunes in. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Me, Matt, doing a special stream today. I got deadlines, but Matt's been asking me all day, all week, when are we streaming? And it's true, when are we streaming? It's a very, very good time. Nintendo people, I don't know what's happened, but there's that new platform that everyone's gone on since Twitter messed up for like a day. They all moved to this platform or Threads or something. I don't know if you've seen it, Matt. But basically, Chelsea posted with Nintendo this photo. They've not posted it anywhere else. They're not posted it on Twitter. They're not posted on Instagram or anything like that. So everyone's asking, is it a shirt sponsor? I don't think it's a shirt sponsor, but it does look nice. I've seen some designs, and I put one out about 10 minutes ago. Everyone's going crazy by it. Nintendo would be very nice, Matt. No,
it's a huge company, make a lot of money, and it would be different because, yeah, as I said, it looks so neat, sweet, nice. They would pay a lot of money. My only concern is they've never been in football before, so that's why I'm kind of like, why now? But it looked really good on that shirt, so I would not be against it at all.
Is this the photo that you saw?
Yes, I did see one where someone put the switch on there and it didn't look good, but I mean that's just people joking around with it.
But I saw one where it's gold as well. I think he needs gold.
Yeah, I think if the badge and Nike thing is gold, then it's got to be gold. But I don't mind it white either. I mean, the logo itself is fine, so I like the logo. So I would just say yes because the logo looks nice.
Yes, Alfred, teach this young boy history, people. Teach them.
All right, I didn't. I was 5 and I had no interest in Italian football. I don't have any interest in Italian football now, let alone
back then. It was fantastic, by the way. Back then it was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to you. Special superstars.
Yeah, but I'm just a bit before my time.
Yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts on Nintendo. Obviously, this isn't the official kit. We're not saying that it is definitely going to be a kit sponsor. I've not had any confirmation yet in terms of what they are. Oman Airlines were basically confirmed as an air sponsor or something. Nothing to do with the shirt sponsor or anything like that. This comment here, yes. Totally agree with you. I had a comment on Twitter that I put up as well about this one. What's this? HM's always negative, man. Nintendo don't have 40 million a year to give to.
Well, they do. They are a global company.
They literally sell the most gaming out of like the PS5.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch has been an absolute success. Not to mention they also have Mario, which literally made over $1 billion this year in terms of box office. Just that. So they do have money.
Yeah, no.
So I don't see why not.
If I had the option, though, it would be this. People. This is the kit that I would want to see, definitely.
I don't understand it. I do not understand it.
Yeah.
At all. They're not currently sponsoring the Premier League, so there is no conflict of interest.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, there's always going to be someone behind the scenes talking nonsense, but unfortunately for you, Matt, unfortunately for Alfred, unfortunately for Carlito, there'll be no steak. And I'm telling you guys now, I'll be eating some steak this weekend because of that.
But if Nintendo have got better offer than steak, fair enough.
No, but
I just don't want to accept half price. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I don't want to accept half price to just because steak's a betting company. But it is what it is.
No, but as I said, there has to be half price with a plan. You know, we get in Champions League, we open talks again, and it doubles. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
I
but
just,
I just don't like giving up bargaining power.
but we're currently in a shit position.
Yes, but when you're in a shit position for a year, you can blag your way out of it. When you're in a couple of years like Arsenal, that's when you have to accept shit deals. But to accept shit deals straight away means you're accepting that you're going to be in a shit place for a while.
Well, there we have it,
But
folks. Two different
I actually
views.
read on the state thing. I actually did read an article which was very interesting. It was talking about sponsorships and that, and it was analysing what sponsorships have more effect in terms of people seeing and people eyes and recognising.
Yeah.
And actually, it was a funny thing. I was. This is not intentional. It was kind of a thing. I was just surprised when I read it. Shirt sponsors are actually less influential in terms of people remembering than billboards around the stadium.
I don't agree with that. For myself, I wouldn't agree with that.
I mean,
What about you? What about you?
I,
What do you
I can
remember?
understand. I can understand both sides. Yes, everyone knows you know your shirt sponsor, so everyone goes, "Oh, who's the shirt sponsor?" But I think when you're watching on TV, yeah, you see the shirt sponsor, but you're mostly focusing on the game, not the sponsor of the shirt. But it's more when you constantly see all the way, every minute you see plastered around, billboard this, billboard that. They always you always see it plastered all around the stadium. And I do sometimes if the game is boring, I just start looking at the billboards to see which one comes up because obviously it changes different sponsors. So you get, and I can understand it in a way where people are coming from. I was surprised when I read it myself, but I was like, if only I had this information 2 weeks ago when we were having this debate. But
I think no, but the thing is, I think it also depends on who the sponsor is because, for example, back in the days we had Autoglass, and that will be forever in my head. Autoglass. I just remember that kit, old school.
yeah, but I think that becomes memorable kits. It's
True,
more if the kit is good, you remember the sponsor of that kit.
true,
But
true, true,
I
true.
don't think anyone's going to remember in 20 years that we had Yokohama tires.
No, we might, we might, we might.
It's not going to be on the list. Everyone remembers Samsung. Everyone remembers Fly Emirates again because of memorable kits. People will remember calls because of that memorable kit of the Arley. And again,
Yeah,
autographs.
guys, we have over 40 people tuned in. Please like the video; it helps out the channel so much. One click, one like, it helps us out, people. That's what we want. We just want that free like. That's the least you guys can do. It costs nothing. You don't have to pay any money. Just like the video. Much appreciated. Let's talk about Dybala, of course. Mr. Matt, you're a big fan of him. Colleagues are a big fan of him. Everyone's a big fan of him.
I've always had a soft spot, and that's the thing. Normally, for these sort of players, I don't have a soft spot for. Normally, I don't like this sort of player. So Dybala is almost like that one that sticks out. That I shouldn't like him because I don't like these sort of players. But for some reason, Dybala is just someone that sticks in my head, and I've always wanted him to come to the club. I remember when Poch wanted Dybala at Spurs. I was really pissed off if that was going to come through because I thought, he's going to smash it. I think he's had problems with injuries, and I think that has stunted his career a little bit. Plus, I think Juventus has messed up a lot of players in the last few years. But I just think this deal, you have absolutely nothing to lose. What is it, 12 million euros? So that's about 10 million pounds. That is pocket money to Bowley and Egbali. We're spending more on 17-year-old Brazilians that we've never even heard of until we get linked to them. So I think it's a no-brainer. As a fourth choice option, and we're all crying out for experience, an experienced option who's played hundreds and thousands of games, professional games, and is a very talented player. Can score goals from outside the box, can score goals from inside the box. Very clinical when he's on his day. But I think HM, of course, he's being negative. I didn't actually slag off Felix too much. I was actually on the side of keeping Felix, but there you go. Come back when you've actually got your facts straight. But my point is, say Dybala only plays 20% of games. With 10 million, it's nothing. You've got nothing to lose. the only worst thing off is not having the options at all. There is no disadvantage to having if you mess up 10 million, you mess up 10 million, and what, he's a fourth choice anyway, so you just play Sterling, Madueke.
I'll take him over Pulisic.
And the
what
thing, Dybala is more versatile. Dybala, again, he can play on the right. He can play behind the striker. He can, if you're that. I don't think we're going to be stuck with strikers, but if we're stuck with no strikers again, he can play up top if you really want him to.
Yeah,
and
he's
again,
that Hudson-Odoi.
when you're that fourth choice or that squad role option, it's good to be versatile, and Dybala is versatile. I would like to see Dybala in the Premier League. I just think with the fact that he's only 10 million, it's bargain. You're not going to get anyone anywhere near that price, apart from that Franco kid. But again, Dybala's more proven than that Franco kid to play as a fourth choice. So I'd rather go with Dybala. I mean, I get we're fed up with injuries, players, but we're getting rid of these. The point of these injuries at Chelsea were because these players were not trained enough. So hopefully they will be trained. And equally, Dybala could be suffering from that in the Italian league. I think he's done better under Mourinho. Just suffered a little bit, but his injuries haven't been nowhere near as bad with Mourinho. And if he's not playing all the time, he's not going to be pushed too much to get injured all the time. It's not like he's going to be playing week in, week out for us.
Yeah. Look, it's still early days. There hasn't been proper interest, like reliable sources saying we're going all out for him. It's still early days.
I also think it's a deal that you don't need a lot of time to do. So I think it could come later in the window.
Yeah.
Because all you need to do is go, hello, Roma, we're going to give you £10 million now, Dybala. We're going to offer you this, this, and this. Goodbye. Hello. You want to focus on the bigger, more complex deals first.
Yeah. Just quickly, people, I'm going to go through some of these super chats. Big up everyone that's tuning in. Please like the videos, one click, help out the channel, subscribe. Daily videos, daily streams. Me and Matt giving you guys a show. Big up Serena for the super chat. I'll talk about Wayne's on very shortly as well. Big up myself and Matt, filled with emotions for Aspi. Yes, we need to talk about Aspi very quickly as well. True legend to win it all. Vlahovic, Dybala, and Caicedo in. Lukaku out. Chelsea wins the window. Wayne Mold says, "Oh yeah, my guys are back. The smart guys league and my fellow women's podcast member is there. Chance for me to come on later."
Just remember.
He don't rate you, fam. He don't rate you. But smash that like button, people. Thank you both for the super chat. It means a lot. Dybala for me is a no-brainer. I'll take him over Pulisic any day of the week. 100%. I want Pulisic gone. We're hearing AC Milan are going to be increasing their bid from the embarrassing 12 million that Hudson-Odoi was basically valued more for initially
before we try to get rid of him for free.
But Matt J. Ball came in with the dagger and just took me back to reality. Then Callum Hudson-Odoi is going to leave for what, free? We're going to terminate his contract basically at this rate.
Now just think back. We could have got 70 million for him.
No, it wasn't guaranteed. It was optional.
No, but it was offered. You talk about verbals. This was definitely a verbal.
No, it was 100% legit, but it was an option to buy. Loan with option to buy. It wasn't mandatory.
Still, I think we would have got 35, 40 for him when he was originally potentially leaving.
Before his injury, he's a star boy. I will debate you all day long on that, but that'll be for another day. Let's keep it for another day. So guys, keep liking the video. Caicedo, let's talk about Caicedo very quickly. From what I understand currently, Chelsea initially offered 70 plus 10. Brighton wanted more money. They come back with 75 plus 10. And talks are still continuing. Brighton are looking for around 100 million. Now, Chelsea sources believe that this is being valued because of Declan Rice's price tag at Arsenal Football Club. And that's obviously played a part in this situation. Chelsea do not want to be bullied in this situation and held accountable for spending crazy amount of money. They do not believe the player cost 100 million. But I can't tell you right now what Chelsea would do. I'm not going to lie to you guys. All I know, personal terms agreed. Caicedo wants Chelsea. Liverpool looking at Lavia. They signed 2 other midfielders. Declan Rice gone to Arsenal. United have signed superstar Mount. It's all Chelsea's to play for, basically, Caicedo. We just have to get a deal sorted. Leo Cole going the opposite way is not happening. Chelsea want to keep the player. Chelsea have let go of Koulibaly, and the player and Poch need to have a conversation to see how much game time he'll get this season. I expect him to get a bit of game time, which then he should sign a new deal. Chelsea not interested in selling to Liverpool, interested in selling to Brighton. So Brighton, obviously, with Caicedo, that could be affecting the talks as well, that they want a lot more money. So it's a bit of a difficult situation. Chelsea are trying their best. Fabrizio Romano has recycled tweets, and it's not his fault, but he's making sure everyone understands that Chelsea are still trying every single day. But that's what I currently understand. Matt, anything you want to add on Caicedo?
Yeah, I mean, I think you understand Brighton's point that they want to kind of look at Declan Rice and go, well, 100 million, they got 105, blah, blah, blah. We want around that. My point would be, one, you have to consider the English tax because that is a thing. English players are rated higher, and that does put a little tax on the transfer fee. So I think you've got to look at that. Plus, Declan Rice has much more European experience than Caicedo. Not the fault of Brighton, but it is just what it is. He has more European experience. Declan Rice has more international experience at an international level than Caicedo. Plus to the fact that there is nowhere else for him to go. No other club will go in for him, especially at the price that Brighton are quoting. So I think and they've already promised Caicedo, and I don't think Tony Bloom is quite a sensible person. He's not like Daniel Levy who's going to go against promises. So I think if 85 doesn't get accepted, which I think it will, if it doesn't get accepted, I think Caicedo is going to kick off, and Brighton will not want that. So I think there is momentum in our path. From what I heard from one of the sources, I can't remember who exactly said it source-wise. Am I lagging or fine? But yeah,
No,
one of the
sources. Carry on. It's me.
I couldn't remember which the source was. It might have been Fabrizio, might have been Secret Scout, one of them people. They mentioned that the problem with the 85 million wasn't necessarily the amount; it was more payment structure. And I think the real compromise is going to be, I think Brighton want the majority of it up front, which I don't. If we're going to give them that amount of money, anyway, let's just give them a bit more up front. I don't think Chelsea are going to not sign a player because of payment structure. I think
that's what reports are saying. The payment structure is the difficult one. Apparently,
yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the fee that's the problem. It's the payment structure, which I think will get ironed out. That is not as crazy as your 20 million apart fee wise.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I'm not going to confirm this as well. Obviously Serenaf has shared some news to me from other people on social media saying that the Brighton are not looking for 100 million. They want an 85 million asking price, but they want better payment structure terms. That is the cause of concern right now, but talks are still ongoing. But as I said, I won't be confirming that. I don't know how reliable that is. The main Twitter pages haven't posted that. So I'm not going to be like, yeah, this is 100% correct. So maybe Brighton only want 85 million, but it has to be the correct method of payment because Chelsea obviously want to spread that across over a certain amount of years. But we'll see what happens. 70 people tuned in. Please like the video. 1 like, 1 click. It is free. That's the least you guys can do for me. I know Matt gets annoyed when I say it, but it's very, very important for the channel that we keep boosting and boosting and boosting. We're doing daily videos, daily streams. All we want is that like, because what that like does is YouTube recommends this video out to other people on the homepage. So please do keep liking and subscribing. Let us know your thoughts on Caicedo in the comments. Currently 8-year deal. Chelsea Fanatic thinks it should be a 10-year deal. Anything can happen, people. We definitely need some midfielders, 100%. That's a must. There's no doubt. Who else should we sign in midfield, Matt? We definitely need more than one midfielder.
Yeah, this is where I get a bit more. It depends on what sort of midfielder would you prefer. Are you talking more defensive or are you talking more 10 role?
Defensive.
So I think Lavia is too much for his age.
Well, how much?
Or they want 45, 50.
In today's market, that's what it is, man.
Yeah, but I think he's not. For me, he's not got enough experience. Someone has just put it in the chat now, and it come out a couple of days ago. Sergei Milinkovic-Savic is available for £35 million.
Well, who said that?
I can't remember what it was. An Italian source, but I can't remember.
Alfred Sources.
No, I think PAYS put it out.
No, he didn't. He didn't. I would have saw it.
I'm pretty sure it was either Chelsea, Dodgers, PYS, one of them. Because I remember
someone mentioned this guy as well. This guy as well. Don't forget about him.
I think he'll go PSG. But
no, don't say that.
And I'm not Vega. I'm not. I don't mind, but he doesn't excite me. But
he's like Mount.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing. But I think we need someone else. I think Milinkovic-Savic, to have him as a third option is fantastic. And to get him at that price, if you're talking 45 million for an unexperienced Lavia or Milinkovic-Savic, who is a proven player in European football and has played for international football for his team, I pick Milinkovic-Savic all day long. I do like that Ryan Cherky as more of an attacking midfielder. The only thing that concerns me of him is he doesn't work very hard off the ball.
He's young.
Yeah, I get that he's young, but I also think when you've got people like Jackson, people like Nkuku, and if you get someone like a Vlahovic who do work a bit more harder off the ball and do like to link up a little bit more like that, I think you can afford to have someone like a Cherky who's less got less dynamism and less work rate off the ball like that. But you don't want too many of them players. That's the problem. So yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I do like Amadou Onana from Everton, but I think again it's a thing of that's going to cost too much. Everton quoted 55 million, and I'm like, you're crazy. 35, 40 would be great. I remember when we watched him in the Lille game when we went to Stamford Bridge, thanks to Free.
Yeah, Free.
Big up to you,
Don't forget that, bro. Don't forget that.
But I remember we were like, he almost looked like a basketball player and he was bullying our midfield at times. And if fucking Renato Sanchez, the fraud that he is, was actually any better, Lille would have done a bit better in that game. But
yeah,
it was what it was. Kessie could be an option. Wayne put it down. I wouldn't mind Kessie if it's a decent enough price. Again, it has to be certain price. But I think the priority is get Caicedo in, and then we can start thinking about that option after.
Yeah, yes. Guys, let us know in the comments who you want in midfield with Caicedo. If it was your options, your choice, who would you want to see? Savage, Lavia, Alvarez.
But I wouldn't rule out Gallagher staying.
Oh, no.
But I'm not
here.
I say this is not what I want, but I'm saying the longer this window goes on and you don't hear anything about Gallagher, the more you think he's going to stay.
So are you concerned about Chelsea's movement of signing actual experienced players now?
Am I concerned?
Yeah, because we're just signing youngsters. We're signing 17-year-olds. We're signing youngsters. Only.
I'm not particularly concerned.
But pre-season starts around the corner.
Yes, but we will. I mean, I think Caicedo will be here before the plane goes.
So you're telling me you're not worried about signings not being done by now? Arsenal,
no, I mean,
signed 3 players. Liverpool, 2 or 3 players. United have signed money.
Yes, but then I'd flip. They didn't have to get rid of 15 players, did they?
Yeah, but we can multitask, bro. You can multitask.
No, we have been multitasking and just trying to get these players out. No, this is what makes me. There are a few people that have said this again. We're worried about we haven't got people in now, which by the way, we do have Jackson in already, which is he's going to be playing in the first team, whether he's young or not. I don't think that really matters. I'm looking at it as, are they playing now or are they going out on loan? And that's how I separate. So you've got Jackson in, you've got Nkuku, it's already in, Gusto's coming in, which people keep forgetting and not already here. I think there is enough. Obviously, it's not. you haven't got you probably need another 3 or 4 in there, but they will come. It is so. This has never happened before. This is in terms of 15 players going before, unless they get released before July. Obviously, we have been helped out a little bit by Saudi, but still, multiple people have been going out to negotiate different deals. Plus, you've had the Mason Mount saga that's just taken
Let's just talk about that.
Wasted and taken our time up.
Let's just talk about that very quickly.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about that very quickly. He just said in an interview with MUTV, several months ago, it became clear I was not in Chelsea's plan moving forward. Once I knew United were involved, my decision was made up. What does that tell you?
Okay. He's a
What
Man
does that tell
United
you?
player. I'd rather not talk about a Man United player.
No, but you have to. You haven't actually said his goodbye to him.
If you want me to say goodbye, I might as well say it in the same robotic voice that he made for us.
Yeah, go on, do it.
So I'm going to say goodbye to Mason Mount because I think I need to say this in a video rather than the written statement, even though I've got it on a piece of paper in front of me and I'm going to sound like a robot saying this. Thank you to a bunch of lads, Tony Mount. Thank you to his TikTok girlfriend dancing in the background. Thank you to Mason Mount and all of his PR merchants, Johnny, Matt Law, Nathan Gissins, who should stick to lineups, and among other journalists that are being paid by Mason Mount. Thank you for your time, and the fans, thank you. Bye.
Wow.
So yeah, even that is better than Mason Mount's goodbye.
That was phenomenal. That was absolute phenomenal, Matt Jable. Honestly, that was exactly the way he was speaking.
Watching Aspi, I was sitting there bawling my eyes out listening to Aspi. And
Aspi was genuine.
You could tell Aspi was just like, you don't need. My dad was like, sometimes people like to read notes of statements, but if you care about the club that much and it's in your heart, you should just be able to say it off the bat, and I think people respect him more. You look at Aspi wasn't reading from a script. Maybe he had little cues to make sure he mentioned certain people and that certain things, but he just said it from the heart and just kept going and kept going and kept going. 6 minutes he did a video for. I've never watched a Twitter on Twitter longer than 6 minutes before.
Really?
Quite mad. Well, usually it's always it used to be 2 minute 20 before.
I've watched a film on Twitter, 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I did see there was a film of David De Gea fails. It was a whole 2 hours.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I do not know. I guess maybe it's if you're subscribed or verified, you get that extra benefits.
Oh, yeah. Basically, if you're like Carlito, basically.
But anyway, even if obviously people have all watched the As people, but even before, if you go to watch Magdalena Eriksson, Chelsea captain, been here 6 years, she's bursting into absolute tears, saying that she has to leave Chelsea. Now that's what I call passion. That is passion. People might say, "Oh, she's female, a bit more emotional." I don't care. If you've been here 17 years, I expect at least a bit of emotion, rather than just absolute roboticness. It actually pissed me off because he was like, almost in a way, he wanted to take a dig at other people for doing written statements, but it was the most ridiculous goodbye video ever. And it was, I much rather Ruben Loftus-Cheek, for example. I thought his written statement was fantastic. Very heartfelt, and I loved his little compilation of all of his highlights at Chelsea. I was watching that, and as a Ruben Loftus-Cheek fan, it gave me goosebumps. It gave me memories. I was happy to do that, and obviously I haven't really spoke about Ruben. I didn't want to put too many posts because it's been like morning for me.
Do it whilst I go for 5 minutes. I'll be back. People like the video, but yeah, do it. Well, Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, I mean, well, Ruben, what can I say? Such a wonderful player. This is where I get annoyed with Mason Mount as well. If there's any player to have a genuine problem with the club that is unforgivable, is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek single-handedly had his career destroyed by Chelsea with that injury. That should have never have happened. I get it, players can get injured, and it could have happened at any time. But in a post or mid-season friendly that should have never have happened, a charity game that he's not contracted to do, it was ridiculous, and you could fully understand Ruben Loftus-Cheek going pissed off, not caring about the club anymore, not wanting to come back. Bearing in mind it was an injury that doctors have said he should have never. There was a percentage chance that he'd never return back to football, but he worked so hard, and you saw the videos of his calf being absolutely nothing, and him having to build it up, and him literally doing no weights on a leg press, and his leg was shaking. That the passion and determination for him to come back to football, go to Fulham, and maybe not do as well, and not do well, but he kept going, come back to Chelsea. And what I love, never kicked up a fuss, never, not one point did you ever hear Ruben Loftus-Cheek kick up a fuss or make it all about him. No personality, no nothing. He told me if I have to play right back, I'm playing. If I have to play centre back, if you went and asked him to go play in goal, he'd ask me where the gloves are, because he'll go straight in and play in goal. Ruben Loftus-Cheek really cared about this club. And he has, again, he's one of the youth boys. He's been there since he was 8 years old. Was captain for the Chelsea youth team. I watched my first eyes on Ruben Loftus-Cheek was in the Youth Cup final. I watched him against Fulham, where he won 6-3 at Stamford Bridge after being 2-0 down at Craven Cottage to win the trophy. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek was captain at that time. And it was fantastic. He's won the UEFA Youth League. He won the league in Mourinho's season. Obviously, he'd done a few appearances and managed to get a medal, which was great. He has done it all. He hasn't done it all, but he has done so much for Chelsea, even though he was dealt such a horrible hand in terms of injuries. And again, he's told that he's kind of like Mount, told that he's not in the plans, and instead of kicking up a fuss and sending all PR journalists out and making it all about him, he just says, fine, that's okay. He loves the club, but sometimes when you love someone, sometimes the best thing is to let him go, and that's what Ruben Loftus-Cheek's done. I think he's gone to a club that will be good for him. Obviously, there are Chelsea lads around him. It is also a good team. I think he'll do very well in Italy. I think the speed of the game is a bit slower, so that will benefit Ruben with what he lost with his injury, and I think he'll really do well there. And obviously, I'll try and now watch Italian League for the first time for a while, just to watch Ruben Loftus-Cheek. AC Milan, obviously, there's other players, Tomori, Giroud, Pulisic soon. So I'm excited, and I will support him all the way. Obviously, I was effectively Ruben Loftus-Cheek's big fanboy, along with Xavi and Josh. Big up to you guys, Ruben Loftus-Cheek fan club, still going strong. And I'll miss him. But I'm not going to be toxic like other people supporting other players. When it's time for my player to go, it's fine, because at the end of the day, we are Chelsea fans. We are not Player FC. So it is what it is, and that is what I'm going to say about Ruben. Although Sharonaf has asked the question, who is your new Ruben Loftus-Cheek? No one. I am a Chelsea fan. I'd probably say my favourite player is Thiago Silva. Just because as a player, when I was trying to make it in football, of course, sure enough, you are part of the club too. You wasn't vice president though, like Josh and Xavi. You was like a member. But yeah, Thiago Silva was someone that I personally tried to set my game off. Him and John Terry. And again, his career was a great story in terms of his tuberculosis and stuff like that. So that's who I probably is my favourite player in the squad, but not quite my Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Just quickly, you mentioned yourself, you mentioned Josh, you mentioned Xavi, you didn't mention me.
Well, you weren't part of the. You weren't part. You just live off that video you did.
Bro, I told him not to give up at Chelsea. He didn't give up. He took my message serious.
He did.
Spoke
To be
me.
fair, he took your message. You're like Shrinath. You're like the members. But obviously,
Oh, come on.
I'm the president. Josh and Javi are the vice presidents.
Come
Wayne's
on,
the
man.
fraud that just sits in the back to make up the numbers.
Guys, big up to every single one of you lot. We're hitting over 90 people already. Myself, Matt, bringing you guys the latest Chelsea news, latest debates. Dropping your questions, dropping your super chats if you've got any questions. But as I said, people, keep liking the video, subscribe, and hit the notification. We've got a lot of content coming out very, very soon. I also want to say as well, me and Matt will be doing watch-alongs for the new season. Hopefully, he can commit to the games this time because he's always busy on the weekend. He's either in Belgium eating waffles or whatever he's doing.
What
people.
do you mean? I mean, to be fair, I am away September 16th.
Oh, let me check what
No,
game.
hold on. I've got a wedding in Belgium. That's
No
more
way.
like that's more an actual thing. But all I'm gonna say, when I was making my Ruben Loftus-Cheek speech, we had over 100 viewers. You turn up and it goes down to 89, 90.
You have over 100.
Yeah, we hit 102, 103 at one point.
When I returned, it was on 91. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
take
it started
that.
going down towards the end because I started answering Sharana's question.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta keep that speech up. You gotta let that out, man. You gotta let it out.
Oh, Sharana is now talking shit.
Okay, let's ignore him now. Guys, drop in your questions. Keep liking the video. Keep subscribing. Would we buy Tammy Abraham back? Certainly not.
No. Oh, no way. I'm going to turn on the light. It's got dark all of a sudden.
So
yeah, no way. Why would I? I mean, he's injured, isn't he?
oh yeah, he teared his ACL.
Yeah,
something.
well, I'm not going to touch him until he's even back injured. And I don't think he's improved at Roma, particularly.
Yeah, I just want to address this as well very quickly. From my understanding, Sterling's PR agent or whoever it is has come out saying
Spokesman or spokeswoman.
Spokeswoman, where's this rumors, reports, news come out of? Who did she call out? She called out
Fraser Fletch or something. Fletcher.
Yeah,
Fraser.
and Carlito loves this guy, by the way. He keeps sharing his news. I don't know why. This guy is not tier 1 or anything, so I don't know why we keep sharing.
Carlito just likes to spread nonsense, just like he was today.
Unless it's against his players. It is what it is. But yeah, I just want to say Sterling news probably fake, people, and no one can basically pay a lot of money and afford his wages unless he takes a pay cut.
I mean, Sterling, like it or not, Sterling is one of the experienced people that need to stay in the squad.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be my first team if I had a choice.
I would say he still is ahead of Madrid at the moment.
Yeah, but I hope when the season goes on and the team gels, I don't think.
I still think that front three will change every now and then. So I don't think it's going to be Mudryk and Madueke all the time. It's not going to be Sterling and Madueke all the time. It's going to be a mixture of them all. So I don't think it's too important in that respect.
On the 16th of September, it is AFC Bournemouth against Chelsea. And unfortunately, Matt J. Ball will be unavailable.
We always lose against Bournemouth, so I don't mind that.
If anyone wants to join me on the watch along because Matt J. Ball's away, let me know, people. Let me know.
I might just step in my suit for about 5 minutes or so.
We want more than 5 minutes, man.
Well, it depends. Depends on when the ceremony is and whatever, and if I can get away from my girlfriend for more than 5 minutes.
Maybe she's hinting to you by taking you to this wedding.
Well, it's her family, so I can't. I've got to keep up good reputation.
Yeah, guys, look what Sanath is saying, man. 50 likes, people, and we get a super chat, man. Support the channel, keep liking the video. One like, keep subscribing, keep tuning in every single day. Matt Jable won't be around on the weekend, but hopefully we can get him on a Monday or Tuesday where we can discuss more news. Caicedo hopefully updates very soon. Whether we sign Dybala or, another midfielder that we've been linked with. Let's see what happens. Nintendo, I don't know what's happening with this one. We just seen it on the threads. Chelsea posted it, but I've not seen any official posts. I don't expect them to be the official sponsor, but if I had a choice, Nintendo should be in gold. This bit here should be in gold. And I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into this because I get my hopes up, I get my dreams up, and
I
I
just
can't.
want to say, I just want Lewis Hamilton to sign that contract, man.
Why?
Because the more he doesn't sign that contract, the more I think he's not going to stay.
No, he gave a talk today or something. I saw something today being posted about it's not about the money, it's about guaranteeing you'll be closer next season.
Yes, but the way I heard him moaning about the car in Austria, I was kind of worried. Yeah, muted. Oh, Sadiq's gone crazy. Oh, Sadiq's lagging.
No, I'm back. He was like, I know the car is bad, just drive it.
But yeah, I mean, normally this is the time when they announce the contract. So I think if you get past Hungary, I think Belgium is the last game, the last race before the summer. If there's nothing sorted by Belgium, I get worried.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Sorry,
Anyway,
guys.
we'll get back to football.
We changed this to Worldwide F1. That we tried to start the channel, but Matt and Wayne gave up on it, unfortunately.
I didn't give up. I didn't get help.
That's true as well. You see how hard it is to run a channel, Matt. It is very difficult. Nice kit. I've never been a fan of changing the color of the badge.
Yeah, but gold is always. I mean,
we've had gold though when we won Champions League.
But that's the thing. I do find it funny that we're putting gold on a shirt when we've had our worst season ever. I would always reserve gold for when you're actually winning, when you've actually won the league or won Champions League. But that's the only. I do like a bit of gold. I'm not going to complain.
Gold is saucy, man. When's the last time we had gold?
That was Champions League.
Champions League. Not the last one though.
No, well, first one. We're Rafa Benitez era, Europa League.
Yeah, you love that era, man. You love that era.
Oh, I hated Rafa Benitez.
He was alright towards the end.
Oh, I just couldn't stand him because of I couldn't. Obviously, I was a lot younger, so I was a lot more emotional about comments he said in the past. But it is what it is. I would have more respect for him now if it was him in there now. Like Poch. I'm not so emotional about Poch being in Tottenham.
Yeah. Guys, need 100 people tuning in again because of Matt J. Bull on today. Serena for a super chat after hit 50 likes. Thank you if you've liked the video. If you haven't already, keep liking. Big up to all the legends who like the stream. All you fans watching, prove Chelsea are the best. We are going into the new season to win them all. I think Matt J. will disagree with you, but I would agree with you, sir, that we will be winning a major trophy.
I think we'll win a cup.
I think we'll win more than a cup. I think if we make 2 or 3 big signings, we'll challenge for the league.
We'll see. One thing
I don't want everyone to jump on the train midway of the season when it's going well.
We'll see. If you're right, then fair play. But I just
you lot mocked me when I said it. You lot mocked me.
No. If it comes true, I am not going to complain. I am going to say well done, Sadiq, for being right all along, and I'll start listening.
You said you were super chat £100 or £50, I think. You did say something like that, and it. Remember?
I was Carlito. Oh no, Carlito's on your side. I'll tell you what. I'll super chat 50 quid if we win the league.
If your situation gets better, of course. I hope.
Sure, it'll be fine by then. Don't worry.
Yeah. Where are you moving to, by the way? Because you said you were moving or something.
It's near Billericay. North of Basildon. Yeah, north of Basildon.
Okay.
Well, it's north. It's outside Basildon. It's kind of north.
How far is Basildon and Southend? Like 20 minutes, right? 15 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes. So.
I think when I drive to Southend, it always says "Welcome to Basildon," and I got to drive.
Yeah, Basildon first, then Southend.
Okay, good. Maybe sometimes I can come see you then, because I go Southend quite a lot.
Yeah, pop it.
Guys, keep liking the video, man. Saranaf, Jose, how many signers do you think come through the door? I mean, we're signing youngsters, so you're just talking about the youngsters only, or are you talking about the adults?
Let's just keep it to the first team squad.
I think three signings. How many do you think, Matt?
Let me think. So if I'm going to list them, so Caicedo. Well, we counting Jackson,
Yeah, if we count in Jackson, then 4.
and I assume Nkunku technically counts as last season.
Yeah, and Kunku's last season doesn't count.
Okay, so Jackson, Caicedo, Vlahovic.
No, man.
I'm just stating what will happen, not necessarily what you want. Dybala, and if we're lucky, another midfielder. 5.
Yeah, we're linked to that midfielder. What's his name again? I'm not even interested in that. This signing. Yeah, Vega. I'm not even interested in this player, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just another money mace. Like, I'm not gonna hype it. I'm not gonna hype it.
He doesn't excite me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hype it, people. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And Kunku though, I'm excited about 100%. I can assure you that.
I mean, Vlahovic, to be honest, with the three that was mentioned out of Mwani, Martinez, and Vlahovic, I think Vlahovic is the better out of the 3.
Based on what?
I think Mwani is a good player, but I think he relies too much on space, which he's not going to get in the Premier League. I just see it becoming another sort of Werner Havertz situation. I'm not saying it just because he comes from the Bundesliga, but I think the goals he scores, he likes to rely on a lot of his space, and he's not going to get that in the Premier League. And then Martinez, I just look at this guy, and he only really does well in a partnership. So are we going to have 2 up front if we're going to play Martinez, which I don't? We're going to have shadow strikers number 10s, but then I feel like you don't want 2 shadow strikers. You want a bit more of a semi-target man at least, like a Kane or a Vlahovic. But Martinez, in the big situations, World Cup, bottles it, big chances missed. Champions League final, we all talk about Lukaku's big miss, but Martinez made a big miss as well. So I do not want, when we're struggling for goals and chances and misses, I don't want someone who is serially missing chances. I've never really rated Martinez, and I think I would give it a big miss. And with Vlahovic, I liked him when he was at Fiorentina, and he did do very well at Fiorentina. He's gone to Juventus. Yes, it hasn't worked like it should have, but I do think there is an aspect of you've got to look at Allegri, who is a very defensive manager and hasn't done very well with a lot of players. No one has really gone to Juventus and flourished. I mean, if you can name someone that has flourished at Juventus in the last couple of years. Well, yeah, Ronaldo is Ronaldo. Even he's stunted in terms of his high standards. But I do think.
By the way,
you look in the perfect example. Perfect. Go on.
Sorry to cut you off. Do you say you'd rather have Lukaku over Ronaldo that season?
What season?
The season that we signed Lukaku. My United friend was on the chat once. I don't know if you remember him, and you were like, "I would take Lukaku over Ronaldo any day of the week." When we signed Lukaku,
I don't think I would have said that just because I really do like Ronaldo. I mean, I'm Ronaldo over Messi, so I don't think I would have said that. But if I did, then fair enough. But anyway, it's not going to happen because Ronaldo's in the Saudi League, and Lukaku will hopefully join him soon. But with Vlahovic, again, you look at the perfect example is Kulusevski. No one knew. He didn't do naffle at Juventus. No one really knew about him. Goes to Tottenham, and he's done fantastic at Tottenham. He's one of their best players. So I think I wouldn't just look at Vlahovic at Juventus and go, that's what we're going to get. With Vlahovic, I think I would get him at a price. I think if it goes above 60, 70, I'm saying no. If we can get him at a more cut price, I think it's worth a try. Because unfortunately, this is not a striker's market. There isn't really anyone. Harry Kane is, I would love Harry Kane, but I think Harry Kane is a pipe dream. Osimhen is being quoted 180 million euros, which I'm sorry, I don't care how good you are. I'm not paying 180 million euros for you. I'd rather pay a fraction of the price for someone who may be a bit more of a risk, but you're not losing as much money if it doesn't go wrong. And I think I look at Vlahovic, and this is not me trying to compare him to Kane, but I feel but I feel like Poch can work with Vlahovic to try and bring some of the traits that Kane possesses into Vlahovic's game. He likes to come back and link up the play kind of a little bit like Kane does. I'm not saying he's going to be that level. I'm not saying he's going to be Harry Kane, but I'm saying Pochettino can take some of the qualities from Kane and try to apply it to Vlahovic. I'm not saying Vlahovic is going to be absolutely fantastic. I mean, at this rate, I'm at the point of if there is no good striker available, then just don't bother going to buy a flop, unless it's at a cheap price where you can potentially take the hit if it doesn't go well. Because there's nothing in the market. Who is that?
Osimhen.
For 180 million euros, we're not going to pay 180 million euros.
You said 180 million euros.
It's literally been mentioned a couple of times.
No, don't know where you're getting your sources from, bro. Look, it's
been definitely quoted 150 million euros, and I've seen 180 million euros been popping up quite a lot at the moment.
150 million euros is all right. It's not your money, bro.
It's not my money, but they're not. I know they're not going to pay it, so. And it is ridiculous to spend that amount. I mean, I've never wanted to pay over 100 million for a player, but there you go.
Haaland.
I would. That was the only player I was I would consider it, but yeah, it is. I'm not using these uncle sources.
Facebook uncle sources, people. Cavani for life. Yeah.
But yeah,
over 110 people tuned in.
Osimhen's likely to stay at Napoli because De Laurentiis is an absolute
Who said that?
arsehole.
Who said that? Osimhen. No, he said if the money's right, he can't say no.
Yeah, and De Laurentiis is, he's literally the Italian Daniel Levy. It's going to be a ridiculous price. It's going to be a ridiculous price. I mean, look how long it took us to finally get Koulibaly out of the club. The amount of times we've had to negotiate with Napoli for players, and it's been absolute pain in the ass. I don't think this is a deal you're not going to get till the end of the window because it's going to take that long. And I think it'll be a thing of Osimhen stays another year and maybe goes next year. I would be happy to work on. I'd more want to throw the money at Tottenham and go and try and get the pipe dream of Kane. I don't think it will happen. I think that the free is the only way we get Harry Kane, but I still think we could be priced out competition. But I think Chelsea might look next season to see if more striker options pop up. Obviously, they'll see how Ivan Toney's doing from his ban. He may be available and may be available at a cheaper price than usual. Obviously, Harry Kane for a free potentially if he doesn't go this summer. And there might be some more striker options available in the market, but there's just not many available. So I'm not going to just pick a striker because we desperately need one, especially when you've already got Jackson, Brozier, and Cuckoo who can play in that role.
Yeah.
No, but if you can get Vlahovic for 60, 65 million, I would maybe take a nibble at that.
I think that's a lot of money, bro. I think that's a very, very lot of money. But look, we might be able to do Lukaku swap deal or something. I'm up for that as well. I mean, obviously, Matt, I know what you're gonna say. Oh, they're not really swap deals nowadays. I get that, but I mean, 2 transactions can take place separately.
Yeah, separate transactions, but you take it into account.
Yeah, I had to make sure I mentioned your response. I already knew what you were going to say if I didn't say that. So, guys, before we do wrap up, it's been a fantastic stream. I want to obviously thank everyone in the comments very quickly before we end with your questions. So, Saranaf, Says Daniel Levy is out for blood in terms of Harry Kane. We'll come back to this question about Real Madrid's new signing. Hashim says Harry Kane on a free. Yep. But everyone will be all after him, people. Who's actually in the market that's cheap and clinical? Not really anyone. Leave Alfred sources. Those Facebook sources, those Cavani news. Never going to forget that. Yes, he'll probably stay at Napoli. Ollie Watkins, no thank you very much. You might as well sign
Thank you.
Mitrovic. I'd rather sign Mitrovic personally. That was the case.
What would you prefer, Watkins or Vlahovic?
I don't know. I can't really decide. I think I'll probably take Vlahovic. But I don't want to spend that money on him.
But just think of his Fiorentina days. 21 goals.
Oh. I don't know, man. Look, I would rather spend it on no one. That's what I'd say to you. I'd rather spend it on none of them. If I had a choice. But if I had to pick one, it would be Vlahovic. Definitely.
Yeah, this is you're on kind of the same wavelength I'm on.
No, you said 60 million, 65 million you take him.
No, but if it at the right price.
Yeah, 60 to 65 million. You said it's fine.
Push it as the top end of my value, but I'd like it a bit lower. But if I had to push it that.
Ivan Toney, my friend. Ivan Toney.
Yeah, well, we have to see. There's a lot of questions around how he's going to come back. So you've got to see how he comes back first.
He's going to train really hard, bro. And then he's going to bet against Chelsea when he's playing for Chelsea. And then he's going to score bangers.
Could you imagine if we had stake.com while Tony's there?
He'll be like, I want shares in stake. I want shares. Boy.
Oh. Well, it's funny because Brentford have a betting sponsor on their shirt. So they've been kicking off about that.
Who?
Brentford.
Who they got again?
I can't remember, but I saw it again mentioned over the sport Talk Sport. They're arguing about it.
You know, you was talking about the billboards and the shirts and that. You're right in a way, because I did not even know. I didn't even recognize Everton's sponsor stake until everyone started speaking about it, about Chelsea. I did not know at all. I don't even remember it.
I think you remember your own, but you don't remember others.
Yeah,
apart from
I don't remember looking at it. But guys, we are gonna wrap up in the next 2 minutes because me and Matt are very, very busy people. But we've spent an hour on the stream. Like I said, people, we'll be doing watch-alongs from the new season. Chelsea against Liverpool. First game. I don't know if we're going to do pre-season, Matt. Can we do pre-season watch-alongs? Or is that too much for you?
It's America, ain't it?
Well, what time is it going to be?
It's probably going to be a later night.
All right, cool. Guys, if we don't do pre-season, is it all in America? All of them?
Wrexham's and Dortmund might not be.
Okay, cool. So,
Dortmund's
guys,
just before the game of Ukraine, so I feel like we might be back in the country by then.
If it's difficult time zones, then me and Matt won't do it. Of course, I'll just have to review or something by myself. But watch-alongs from the new season, Saturday, 13th August. Matt, please make sure you're free. It's Chelsea, Liverpool. It's a big one, and hopefully we can push on from there because I do want to start doing watch-alongs again. Big up everyone in the comments. Keep liking the video. Keep subscribing. A video every single day if I don't stream. But yeah, I'll be definitely going to some games as well next season. Hopefully Matt Jable can join me as well. Big up Stuart for the comments. We hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Matt, I want to thank you for coming on, man. It means a lot. Yeah.
I mean, big up to everyone. Big up to everyone that's been. We've had between 80 and 100 views. Better than the barbecues. Better than any of the streams.
We had 110, by the way, twice. 110 twice.
Yeah, we hit 110. So big up to everyone that's joined. Make sure you smash the like button. But yeah, it's been good to come on. And obviously I will be, in terms of internet, silent for the next 48, 72 hours because I'm not going to have internet. But I will keep up with any streams that go on during the weekend.
Big up, Matt. Tomorrow, barbecue, I think around 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. for Carlito's show. But if I do a video, it'll be around the 4 p.m., 5 p.m. slot. But me and Feroz will be back with streams over the weekend whilst Matt's away. I big up every single one of you in the comments. Elliot, Serena, Alfred, Jose, all you guys, everyone in the comments, thank you for tuning in. Always like the video, even if you don't watch it. It means a lot, man. And keep subscribing. We'll see you guys soon, man. Peace. Like the video, man. Big up, Matt.